Hi everyone, welcome to week 4. Really great to see everyone so engaged in the content. I've had such a great time going through the discussion forum, seeing all of the wonderful dialogue between your peers, me and Greta, and it's just been a pleasure to see. So thank you so much for doing that. I think this is a great way for us all to get to know each other and to really deepen your understanding of the content as well. So as we slip into week 4, this is a week where we do have a written assignment due, so you'll have another piece of your final project that is due at the end of the week. There are 3 sections for you to do. We also have a discussion. In the discussion, we're going to ask you to look at your institution and tell us a little bit about one of the accreditors and what quality framework you believe they align to. And so it'll be interesting to see which ones you pick and how you show us the alignment to the framework that you think fits best. I will also say it's not always a one-size-fits-all. So just make sure that you are showing us the evidence that you use to come to that conclusion. No wrong answers. So that's our discussion. For your paper, you're going to really dig into accreditation for the institution that you chose for your final project in this course. We're also going to ask you to look at authorizations and licensure. And so I do want to sort of just talk about that for a second, because sometimes if this is not an area that is familiar to you, you can get a little mixed up about who is doing what when you see a list of acronyms and organizations. So just as a point of reference, each state that a university operates in does have a governing body that provides authority to that institution to offer schooling or education in that state. And so, for example, in Illinois, that's IBHE. There's all kinds of, acronyms, Illinois Board of Higher Education, IBHE. So that is the agency that authorizes National Louis University to offer education in Illinois, which should not be confused with licensure. So licensure is often governed by the state, and typically it involves professions that have some type of regulation associated with them, so much that the state feels inclined to get involved in the licensing. So you'll see a lot of licensing around teacher education, around nursing education. Some technical fields also are governed this way. And so you'll usually see a board of professional licensure of some sort. So there's a board of nurses in Illinois, as well as several different boards for different types of education in Illinois as well. So those are licensing organizations. Sometimes licensure is also governed by programmatic accreditation. See how complex this is getting? So in the case of nursing, for example, there is a licensing board of nursing in every state that does authorize licensure. However, it is also tied to the accreditation of the program. And so oftentimes you will see some sort of co-management, if you will, of awarding some type of certification or license between a programmatic accreditor as well as the state licensing body. That's not always the case, but sometimes you will see this sort of co-management or collaboration or co-location, whatever you want to call that. And so, of course, not to be confused with just traditional programmatic accreditation, which we know are standards of quality for a specific program, which should not be confused with our institutional accreditation, which is sort of accrediting the entire university and allowing it to be Title IV eligible. So those are sort of some of those levels there. I hope I didn't confuse things. I hope I helped a little bit here in terms of differentiation. I will also say that, as we know, our accreditors have an accreditor, and so that's CHEA. And so CHEA, for short, accredits the accreditors, and NACICI is sort of a watchdog organization situated around CHEA in front of the accreditors, if you will. So a lot of people looking at a lot of things, and if you were to think through all of those levels, imagine what it must feel like to sort of be governed by all of those people in a program, a chair of a program that has licensing licensure and programmatic accreditation, and obviously is accredited by the institutional accreditor, who is accredited by CHIA, who is watched by ASICI, who is discussed by, you know, the Department of Education at the federal and state levels, right? So a lot of oversight in higher ed, which to some has become too arduous. I would agree. We probably are watched so much that sometimes the actual thing that we do, the teaching, is something that we finally get to after we're done with all of our reports. So not exactly a positive way to end my message there, but I will go ahead and just sort of end that kind of, walk through, if you will, of these different types of things that you're going to get into for your paper this week. One thing also about your papers, please make sure that you read our copious feedback that we provided to you for your week 2 paper. Be sure to avail yourselves of the resources that we have at NLU to deepen your writing, to really develop in your writing in preparation for that big marathon of a capstone that you're going to write in this program. So, of course, if you need anything at all, reach out to one of us. We're here to help and support you in this adventure, and we'll look forward to seeing you in the discussions. I will talk to you soon. Take care.